The Washington Capitals aren't just the best team in hockey right now. If they maintain their current pace, they could finish with one of the best records ever posted by an NHL team. But a question, is your enthusiasm for the club tempered by the Capitals' historic inability to advance in the postseason? Our buddy Alex Parker is here. He's the host of Sports Talk, and after the game, joins us now. Welcome back. Good to have you.
Hey, Bruce. Thank you.
I want to be excited. Heaven knows.
Be excited, Bruce. Do it.
Nothing would be more fun than to get to the postseason and have Washington kind of the center of the universe.
Sure.
But I'm holding my emotions in check because I've been in this town so long. I've watched this team and I've rooted for this team into the postseason so long, only to be disappointed. So I built a bit of a protective shell around myself out of concern it could be that all over again.
You're Leary. You speak, as you were talking there, I'm thinking Bruce was talking about Washington in general, because we've watched this happen with the football team and the baseball team, and to a degree the basketball team. But certainly over the last 10 years, the hockey team, as good as they've been, and maybe they've been the best team over the last 10 years in terms of wins and losses in the regular season, I don't know if they've underachieved every one of those years. They've made the second round, the Caps have the last couple seasons, etc. But certainly they've had their moments where they've been the best team in hockey during the regular season, only to fall flat and lose in a 1-8 situation in the playoffs.
The series they lost to Montreal was the scarring. You know, that was really that one left a mark.
Yes, that was a 1-8 deal. Caps are up 3-1. Game 5's at home. They lose it. They lose in 7. Caps fans know this all too well. So is there leeriness? Absolutely, because Caps fans have been there before many times. It's a new coach. I don't know that the team has ever been this good, this hot, this historic. So maybe this is the year that other stuff goes away.
Everyone talks about how playoff hockey is different than regular season hockey. And as much as anything else, that's probably what has bedeviled this franchise over time. Players, defensemen in particular, throw themselves in front of the puck when someone winds up at the point and takes a big slap shot.
In the playoffs, yes.
In the playoffs,
in the regular season, not so much.
Because you would never survive. But in the playoffs, the stakes are so much higher. Every shot matters. Any goal could be the winning goal that wins the game, moves you to the next round, etc. The style, the game is so different that it's great to be dominant in the regular year, but at the end of the regular season, beginning of the playoffs, it's just a bunch of teams. It's a smaller group of teams in a winner-take-all, in a winnowing environment. And it's like you got to see it to believe that it could happen.
Sure, this may not translate to playoff hockey.
Right.
And then Caps fans, hockey fans know, every postseason, every sport is different. Football is a little more intense than the regular season football. Basketball, certainly in the NBA, they're playing defense. What a concept. In the playoffs, and they're oftentimes not in the regular season. Baseball, pitching. Defense elevates, but no sport is quite like hockey, where the playoff hockey almost looks like a different sport than regular season hockey, and there's a certain randomness where it's a bounce. You can be the better team, but if the other team has the better goalie that day, or 4 times out of 7, you're going to lose that series. Caps have been there, done that. So yeah, Caps fans I think are thrilled. They got to be pumped. They've been here before with a great team. We'll see if this year is different, but you're right. Let's assume they get the 1 seed, a 1-8 matchup. They're going to drop the puck at Verizon Center on a Thursday against whomever. That's a coin flip of a game. That may not be the case in the NBA or NFL or baseball. In hockey, it's all equal once the playoffs start.
So let me ask you this, because you talk with Washington area sports fans every night on your show. Are people? I mean, we see that they pack the arena. The environment is off the chain. Are fans buying into how great this team is right now, or is there a chunk of the fan base that's like me, a little reluctant to get involved because our heart has been broken so many times?
I don't know if they're reluctant to get involved. I do think there's some degree of leeriness, and we'll see what happens in 2 months. But I think right now, Caps fans, by and large, are enjoying this style of hockey, the fact that their star player, Alex Ovechkin, has never been better. And that's saying something given what he's done for the last decade. The fact that the goaltender, they have a goaltender now in Braden Holtby. It used to be for much of the last decade, there was sort of goaltender by committee. They'd have one. They'd have a second goalie that would come in. And there was some question who the goalie was. Well, the teams that do real well, like the Rangers over the years and the Penguins over the years, they have a goalie. The Caps and Braden Holtby right now have a goalie. I think Caps fans are slightly leery. I think they're very welcoming and excited about the brand of hockey they see night in and night out.
Minute and a half or something left. To what extent have you been following the Tiger Woods story, where there's a report that he's had a setback in terms of his recovery from his latest back surgery, and that, forget golf, just like being in a car,
driving a car,
all
walking.
that stuff is terrible, and that he's all the report, there's no timetable for him to come back. Agent pushing back against that report, calling it overblown and false. But you have to, A, feel for this guy, and B, wonder whether he'll ever really play competitive golf again.
Regardless of the report, and the report is damning, Tiger himself a couple months ago said, I have no timetable. I think his quote was, I have nothing to look forward to on the golf course. This is a guy who wasn't always a glass half full guy. He was a glass overflowing guy in confidence. To hear Tiger Woods himself say, regardless of this report, I have nothing to look forward to. I have no timetable to come back. I just don't know. That leads you to believe this is pretty bad.
This is a guy who brought such a new game to the course that they literally had to change courses all over America.
And brought so many fans that weren't hardcore golf fans that now watch the PGA Tour. Tiger's missed, period.
Yeah, there's no question. Alex Parker from Sports Talk, and after the game, always great having you stop by. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Bruce.
Talk with you again soon, I hope. We'll step aside. Keep it here, though. We are back with 2 program notes right after this.